Hey everybody, it's Jewelyn and Catherine. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to Catherine's Spring 2019 plant tour. I'm so excited to be back. Thanks for having me.
Oh, I love it when you come over. Thank you for being
here.
So,
I love my Meet My Plant Friends series because it gets me into other people's spaces and collections and seeing where they live and the type of home that they're living in and how they utilize their space to do plant life. So in today's video, we're here in Catherine's Los Angeles apartment, and she also has a little patio. So in today's video, we're gonna go ahead and do a sit down plant talk Q&A, catch up with Catherine and see how she's doing with her plant collection, and we're gonna go ahead and do a plant tour followed with top 5 and your current wish list plants. So keep that in mind because those are like my favorite things to ask crazy plant people.
She's put me on the spot.
She's put me on the spot, yeah. All right, Catherine, so it's been, I want to say a couple of months since the channel's been over.
I feel like a season change.
Yes.
Pretty much, like it's been a season because we had all that rain.
Right.
And now it's finally spring, and so we're maybe possibly recovered a little bit from some of the rain and able to see what's gonna happen now that the weather's getting warmer.
So with your plant collection since the last time I've been here and now, what are the major differences in your collection and any projects that you're currently working on?
Well, I'm glad you didn't ask me about the other past projects that I might have dropped, but
okay.
I'm sure they'll come up again. So one of the projects was I knew that my houseplant collection was increasing in size, and so we had a day that we both scored some really cool plant stands, garage sale.
Oh yes, you guys, the vintage plant stands.
So since
can't wait to share that on the channel.
Since your channel was last here, my plant stand, my vintage plant stand is up, and some of my houseplants have moved there, and my houseplants were almost exclusively in my bathroom because that was the best environment for them. That's where I was seeing things were thriving the most. So this is a big experiment to have things in a different room with a different light source, different things happening with watering, that type of thing. For some reason I've become a crazy avocado lady.
Okay.
And so my bedroom window has become a propagation station for all these avocados, and I guess if you do avocados, you probably think I'm insane because they take like 12 years or something to make an avocado tree. But it's just the little scientist in me is having fun seeing all the roots coming out, and also my husband, he calls them tap roots when the roots come out because he says they tap on the jar. I don't And also I might have gotten this idea from Carrie, or maybe I've just like sort of been sharing my progress with our plant friend Carrie a little bit. I also have a new fascination with dropping things in my fish tank to see if they'll sprout roots and then getting them in dirt. So I actually have some Tradescantia from you right now. And I have another plant from Carrie in my fish tank right now.
Okay, interesting.
I have some fig leaves also in the bedroom going that I'm trying to get going. I think more houseplants, definitely more houseplants is the direction that I've been going. And I don't know, I guess we'll see what else has been going on. I'm also, just like Jewelyn, I've been a big fan of the Tradescantia lately. Also having a little bit of fun with Jewelyn, kind of increasing the size of my Sansevieria collection. So you guys will see what's new here, I guess, in the Sansevieria department.
Speaking of new, and this is probably one of my favorite questions to ask when I come over to people's collection, when was the last plant that you purchased? Like when and what was it?
Yesterday. And I kept like I knew I did. I don't know, I didn't know the name of it, and so I have not memorized the name of it yet. But here we go. Graptiveria Fred Ives. That was the last plant that I purchased. And then I have one more tag, this was 2 days ago. And this is
the last 2 days.
This was an aeonium that is the coolest looking aeonium, and don't ask me why because I really do not do well with my aeoniums, but they always fascinate me and I always keep giving them another try. And this one was really unique, so you'll see it in a minute. Cornish Tribute.
And did you buy this from your local neighborhood nursery, or grocery store?
Both of these are actually, these were retail therapy plants from like rough day at work, and just had to stop by the closest place and pick up something to make me happy. Plant therapy.
I am all for that. Okay, so she bought plants the last 2 days, which I'm not surprised. Typical crazy plant lady.
It could be cats, but it's plants.
I know. Well, a little bit of both, maybe.
Yeah, a little bit of both.
Since the last time I've been here, has there been any problems in your plant collection lately that you've been dealing with?
You know what? I bet we'll see some as we go along.
And when was the last plant that you killed?
Oh my gosh, when was the last plant that I killed? Oh, you know what? You're gonna see. It's kind of looking a little bit poorly. My prayer plant.
Okay.
I've been having some issues with, and we can discuss this more when we get into my bathroom, because I did do a little bit of a transformation in my bathroom, and I can't remember if I discussed it last time you were here, but I have a lot of things hanging right now, and so there was a little bit of trouble with me having clay pots that were too heavy, and so I basically switched out, I want to say like 90%, 80% of my clay pots in my bathroom that are in macrame hangers into plastic pots.
Okay.
Some of the plastic pots had reservoir systems, and so I went through a phase of being really excited about the reservoir systems and then realizing that that was not enough drainage, and subsequently removing those reservoir systems. I also have come up with a new way to water those plants, which I'll show you.
Great.
And the prayer plant, it was way too wet. It was just I think those roots were just sitting in water in the plastic pot that it was in. It was not happy, so I'm trying to rescue it. It's not dead yet. I still have hope for it, but that one went for sure. I lost Chocolate Soldier, and I'll show you why. Once we look at my hanging baskets, I have a hanging basket that was directly above one of my planters that has cacti and succulents. And so when I water in the basket, it happens to be a basket that's full of Tradescantia, and so that needs the water, and whenever I water it, it goes directly down to the cacti below, and that happened to be in the pathway. So that's why that one went. And I'm sure as we go along, I might, you know, remember, have a few more thoughts about maybe things that I've been having a hard time with. Aeoniums. So I've lost some aeoniums as well, and subsequently bought more.
So speaking of plants, I'm kind of curious to see where you're at with your plant collection. What are like your current top plants that are on your wish list right now that you would like to get?
I think same thing as the last time you were here. I really just, I love Hoyas now. I think I like the Hoyas. Check out that compacta that Jewelyn got. If you have not like been keeping up every day, if you have not like gone back, you have to like go back and look for that thumbnail with the crazy, you have to watch that. You have to see, if you have not seen this compacta that she has that's like as big as her.
Yeah, it's
bigger
taller than me.
maybe. Yeah. So Hoyas, I think, you know, anything that just looks different that I've never seen before.
Any specific one plant that you're dying to have?
You know, I was dying to have a monstera, and I got it recently, so you'll see that. So that was kind of big on my wish list. Yeah, that was like a wish list. Check. So now I'm not so sure what's on my wish list, but Jewelyn and I have a big plant show next weekend, so I better start thinking about it. I better start thinking about it.
Speaking of which, and plant shopping, now for me, on my crazy wish list plants, I've spent way over $100 on a small little plant. I tend to do that. Catherine, for you, being a crazy plant lady, do you have a budget when it comes to plants and things that you use for plant life when it comes to shelving and just plants in general? Do you have like a cap off? Like, do you have a certain budget?
I do, and I don't know if I've discussed this on your channel before, but like I'm kind of in crunch mode because I have a college kid, and my husband and I are doing our best to take care of all of our kids' bills because we didn't have that situation necessarily when we were growing up, so that's very important to me. So I am totally on a budget, but I think you can do it on a budget, and I had never thought until I met Jewelyn about just getting into propagating and trying to save little things and trying to rescue things, like
and trading with my friends.
Like I'll show you, I was in Home Depot maybe a week ago or so, and I just walked out and with a plant, but I said, oh, this Tradescantia is falling apart, can I take a few of the pieces? And they were like, yes, you can. So
You can still do plant life on a budget.
You absolutely can do plant life on a budget, and if you have friends that give you nice things, because you're gonna see there's so much stuff in here that's come from like Kira or other plant friends of Jewelyn's, and it's really sweet. And actually, speaking of that, I'm looking directly across at my neighbor's place, and I gave them a big piece of cactus. We gotta go over and look at that cactus over there. Okay. Look how theirs is doing. It's crazy. So you know, friends, talk to your friends, man. Trade out with your friends. You can do it. I do have a cap. I just, once it gets to that, like, I feel like I get antsy around that $22, $24 mark. I'm like, after that, I feel like I've just indulged, and that money should have gone towards my rent or, you know, something more significant than my personal hobby. Right. Like to my child, or, you know, something like that. So I don't think I would go higher than 25. Okay. I just don't think I would. Okay. And I'm like racking my brain to think if I have anything that I've gone higher on, and I don't think I do. So I think the most expensive stuff in here is going to be like maybe if I spent $24 on something. Okay. Yeah, because for me, if there's one plant that I like, I don't care how expensive it is, I will buy it. And the problem with me is that I buy plants every week. So that's also another problem. So it's so interesting to talk to my different plant friends that I have in my circle here, and what their budget is and their take on spending money towards plant and all things plant life. Because even for me, like with my shelving and the things that I use to have my plants within my home, I try to be really budget friendly. Yeah, then, like, all of my stuff are thrifted. Yeah, and Jewelyn upcycles a lot of things. Yeah, Jewelyn upcycles a lot of things too. So you get creative, I can tell, when you're, you know, creating your shelves. And yeah, you absolutely do. Yeah, and I think both of us do. Like shelving for sure and stuff like that. I think we try to get creative. All right. Yeah. Well, I'm really excited to take the channel on a spring 2019 plant tour. So stay tuned if you guys want to see an updated plant tour of Catherine's collection. And at the end of this video, we're going to break down Catherine's current top 5. I can't wait to see. I'm trying to formulate my answers along the way. I don't think I'm gonna have the answers yet. Let's go ahead and take a tour. Okay, we're outside of my patio and we're checking out all my hanging baskets. Currently, I have bunches of Tradescantia in the hanging baskets, and we will see what happens come summertime, because in the middle of the summer last summer I had to pull some Tradescantia down because it was getting a little dry. But right now it's really happy, and there's a lot of it up there, so fingers crossed. So I've noticed that since I've last been here, you have more hanging baskets. Probably. Yeah. Are you going to have I can't have any space? No, there's no more space. That's it. That's it. It is what it is. It is what it is, and it would probably drive my husband crazy if I hung up any more, because the really heavy ones, if I want to change something, he has to get them down with the honey-do list. So, you know, no, this is it. We're maxed out. We're maxed out. So right now there's fun trailing stuff. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 10 baskets, you guys. So we got fun hanging stuff in the baskets, like things that trail, and like lots of hooks and lots of Tradescantia, and then lots of other succulents and cacti and stuff. All right, I'm looking forward to going to each basket. Woohoo! All right, so here we are in the beginning of Catherine's patio. Yeah, okay, so this is all my spider babies. They finally got big enough that I put them all together. I probably had about 4 or 5 of them, and they were from different places. Some of them, like, check it out, you guys. That is the mother plant. That's my neighbor's plant, and either birds or something or other carry that stuff over into a big planting area in our courtyard. So some of these spider babies I know must have come directly from there, but I've gotten spider babies from other people. Jewelyn's given me spider babies. So all the spider babies together, I think they like it there. What a beauty this Ripsalis is. And I swear, I feel like Jewelyn and I got some of this Ripsalis like at the same time, but I can't remember. And some over ear, right? Some jade over there, and a flapjack in the middle. Some of this stuff, so this is the new guy that I was talking about. Raptivaria, Fred Ives. This is your newest baby? That's the newest baby. It's a big baby. Okay, now this is a crazy aeonium that I was telling you about. Look at this. How gorgeous is that? It seems like really delicate, so we'll see how I do with that guy. And some campfire jade. Note though, I have some campfire jade that I'm saving remember the big pots we got for $15 and we took them apart at your place, we planted together?
Yes.
So this is not from there. This is the camp fried jade from that needs more love. And so it's in a little, it's being rescued in a little pot. Purple heart, purple queen, some huge tridescantia. And then these guys I got from,
Cotyledon.
yeah, so they're like chalk finger kind of family. And that cute place in Reseda with the little girl and the
Northridge.
Northridge and the really cool gift shop. That's where that came from.
Okay.
So this is
very cool to see where it's living.
This is doing well. I actually had until recently some more cotyledon chalk finger type things, which I'll show you, that I moved out of this area because they didn't like it as much as those did. Oh, more tridescantia, yay! And watch chain, and I love all the like furry kitten type tridescantia because it's just, it looks so soft and fuzzy. I love it so much. Cool ripsalis.
Yes. Is that the one that you got from Pasadena Roseville Flea Market?
Good question.
I think so. We both got one at the same time.
Yeah, I love the vendors there. I know. Love the vendors there. Okay, so maybe we both got that one.
Maybe
we both got that one. All right, and other little bits of things, because sometimes Jewelyn knows me. If something's not doing well, I'll save little bits. So if it's like little bits of Kalancho or Echeveria or things like that sometimes. So I feel like these baskets have a lot of like, that's got some donkey tail, but a lot of other like jelly beans, sedum. Oh, a little bear. Yeah, a little bear. Hooks and hooks and hooks, and more like Kalancho-y kinds of things. I think these are really cool, Jewelyn. I think they're called like cobweb or something. Does that sound familiar? But I love those guys. And then more hooks and pearls. Jewelyn and I both got one of these. We both got a staghorn.
Yep.
How's yours doing, Jewelyn?
Good. Yeah, it's living in my half cocoa liner basket.
Cool. And then Jewelyn just asked me about this earlier today. This tridescantia that we shared.
Yes.
This little stripy guy, if you can see him.
Lavender.
He is doing great. And then just other kinds of tridescantia in that basket as well.
Very cool. I love that basket a lot.
This year is the first year. This bird feeder was up last year and we got no birds. And this year the birds are coming. So I'm so happy. It's been really messy down there. And my cat has been really excited, and that's how I know that the birds are there. I have actually seen them. But I have. But they kind of roost up there.
Okay.
Across from me. But also I can tell they're there because there's birdseed everywhere and the cat gets super excited.
Well, I love the updated baskets. They look great.
And this guy, I don't know if you guys remember from last time, but this is a rescue bougainvillea that was super cheap at one of the big box stores. It was, I think, like $12. So it was on sale. And it's doing great. I pruned the heck out of it. I pruned it so much that it looked scary. And I'm not afraid to do that. And I did it. I just, you know, took the leap and I did it. And this year, no flowers yet, but I'm waiting any moment.
And I see you have your little cacti welcome sign that got
from the 99 cent store. 2 of them. And Jewelyn encouraged me to get 2, so there's another one inside too.
All right, so here is the left side of Catherine's patio before she hops into the frame. And I'm looking forward to seeing some updated changes.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. I told Jewelyn she's helping me with names because this is the sad part, is when you start buying so many plants that you don't know what half of them are. My newest acquisition, which was not here before, is this guy. And, you know, while we're discussing how you can be on a budget, on a budget. This was actually on the street. So I have a feeling that either it needs my love, either there was something wrong with it, or I don't know, maybe it was just too big and somebody needed to leave it behind. But I am 100% prepared to do any rescue I need. Like this to me looks a little bit of like, you know, mildewy, powdery kind of stuff on there. So I may have to hit it with some kind of insecticide. Usually I have organic spray here that I love, and I'm just, you know, it's a big experiment. I'm willing to give it some love. I'm willing to separate it from the other plants if I see anything funky happening. But I couldn't go past it and let it be living on the street. It had to come home with me.
What's going on this top shelf, Kat?
Top shelf, that's where the soldier was. So I haven't replaced my little chocolate soldier yet. But I've got lots of fun things. Remember our little penis cacti? That's up there. And this castle, it started looking a little funny after all the rain, but I'm not giving up on it yet. Like, to me, it feels just a tiny bit soft, but I'm not gonna give up on it. And I love this little grafted guy. Look, he's so cute. What else is up here? I don't know. Jewelyn, what does that look like to you? Jelly bean kind of thing?
I kind of see them.
It's like a big fat jelly bean, right? These guys are plant friend, right? Those are our night bloomer cactus.
From Tanya's house.
Yeah. Last time you were here, I think I definitely had a few mavericks here last time. This is from you too, Jewelyn.
Oh yeah.
Yep, and little bunny rabbit there, bunny ear there. Jade, this has got to be some of your jade for sure. I think I only have one piece of jade left in the inside. Yeah, so really this is all of your jade babies, and they're slow going, but they're like super healthy. They're really good. And then Jewelyn knows, oh, what I have, like Hawarthia kind of stuff, and Ming, like Ming thing. Yeah. This is an interesting guy from Northridge.
Okay.
Yep. Little teeny aloe babies. I don't know what this guy is, but I love him.
I actually took a picture of a plant ID tag on that plant.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I will send
so
it
you
to
can
you.
let me know. You can let me know.
Yep.
And then, oh, this is from you too.
Yes, that's from
Euphorbia.
Tanya's yard.
Yeah, beautiful. And then, like, see these, Jewelyn knows what I do. All the little bits, I always put them together. Because you never know. Maybe they'll grow up and be big daddies one day, and I can put them in pots of their own. But I always do that with those.
Is that a little baby, like Ripsalis? What is that?
You know, I don't know what it is, but it sure does look like that, doesn't it?
It looks like a little
Ripsalis. It really does look like that to me as well. And this guy scares me because it's so delicate, but I've had it for a long time, and it's doing okay. I always worry about killing things like this because I'm not very good with deciding how much water things need.
Okay.
So things like ground cover, like sedum, I will buy sedum if it looks like this, right? I don't do very well with little teeny things like that. And in fact, some of the like watch chainy kind of things I have not done well with, just because I tend to let them dry out. Either I water them too much and then it's hot and they get crispy, or I don't water them enough. So this guy's doing great for me, and you know, fingers crossed it'll still be doing okay. And you got one of these recently, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
What is this? I don't know what that is. Can you remember?
Yeah, I think we took a picture of the ID tag.
Okay, so ID tags, we're going to be working the ID tags now that Jewelyn's been over here with me.
Bottom
down
shelf?
at the bottom, Dracaenas, like things that are better in the shade so that these guys on top can get more sun. A corn plant, and like 2 Dracaenas on the end, and some rubber, variegated rubber. Haha, look, Jewelyn, look at your plant. This is your baby. That is your baby. And
it's doing so good here.
This went from Jewelyn's house to my bathroom, and now that money tree is doing great.
Yeah,
it's shiny. Look how shiny the leaves are.
It was in the trash in Las Vegas. I rescued it.
So this is a Jewelyn.
Now it's living its best life, Kat.
Jewelyn special. A Jewelyn special. Yeah.
Very cute.
So that's what's going on this side.
Quick question, Kat. When it comes to watering your plants, like in your baskets in your patio, how do you water them?
Okay, so new system, which is hiding under here, if I can pull it out. So this was getting like a little out of control, and you're gonna see also once I go in the house how it is getting out of control. And this is kind of like snaked in here, so I'm having a hard time getting it out. But I can show you just from here because it's kind of caught where my dirt lives right now. It's on the handle of my dirt pail. Also a new addition to my house, a dirt pail. I got one of these pump systems. So you lift up the handle and you it's locked in place right now. It has to untwist. But you know, pump, get the pressure going, and then spray.
Okay.
And I'm loving it. It was a great idea. Okay, so I used to use those in Florida anytime I needed to put bug spray around the exterior of my house. And so I had a thought, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'll bet they just have, you know, I bet they just sell them at like the big box stores, and they did. So I got that from Lowe's.
Okay, yeah, and then where did you get your dirt bin? Because I was gonna get that style of bins, and I ended up just getting dog food plastic bins that snaps with wheels.
That's a good idea.
And I bought 3 of them. One for houseplants, one for cactus succulent mix, and one for nursery dirt that I don't want to really use right away on a new plant.
Got it. This is like basically all my nursery dirt, and I got that from Home Depot.
Okay.
And I have to say it was hard to find, and this is like the weird thing. You could probably find that out in the suburbs anywhere, but in LA, no way. Yeah. Super hard to find.
Yeah. This is gonna be my first plan A when it came to storing. So
and for me,
it's really cool to see it.
That is nursery dirt. And so getting back to the conversation that we were having earlier about doing this on a budget, I have to say I'd love to think that I could just put all new, brand new dirt in everything all the time, but that's not what I do. If I'm transplanting something, if I'm going smaller to bigger pot or something, usually I'm gonna put a little bit of nice new fresh dirt, and I'm gonna use a little bit of that saved dirt from the other plants. It's just economical. I can't afford to do anything else, and really I think it's okay. I think the plants do fine with just a little bit of nice new dirt with fertilizer in it, and you know.
Let's see what's going on with all of the pots and how are you storing them.
Okay, so a lot of my pots can go underneath this rack. The smaller ones can. And then also underneath this kind of rolling cart, I have a lot of my pots. Currently, I have a stack of pots that need to be bleached, and I'm a little bit tentative about planting new things in pots that look like a little moldy or you know, that look contaminated in some way. So actually I've got a stack right here by my cat of ones that what I used to do, and I think I may have to do this again, is I used to put them in like a big Rubbermaid storage bin with a little bit of bleach overnight, bleach and water overnight, and then in the morning, usually if there was anything still stuck on, it'd be easy enough to brush right off. But I've been doing it in my sink in the kitchen, and the sink is actually not quite big enough, so I may just get another thing like this, stick it underneath this one, and then be able to do that outside. I don't know if you guys bleach your pots or not, but I just feel like it helps to get something new started in a nice clean pot. And then up here is just all my dirt and
how you keep your supplies.
Yeah, my dirt and my spray, and just like water. This is water, this is insecticide, that's the scoop for the dirt, and then I have another bin. All my watering cans are down there. So I still do use watering cans. And then in there I've got gloves and my mat and my tarp that I plant on because the space is so small out here. And scissors and nippers and any of my extra macrame hangers and my bird seed and torch fluid because sometimes I get citronella, you know, torch going out here in the summertime so the bugs don't get me.
Well, thanks for sharing how you store your supplies and your extra pots, because I think that's always neat to see how people utilize their space, especially like in an apartment patio, on how to keep things organized and stored.
Tiny house living.
Yes, yeah. Next to your storage, Kat, I see you have your same planter here, which I adored. If I remember, you got this one also.
$5.
I know.
$5 because it was off season, which is really funny to me because I've lived in Florida, I've lived in California, and even in Florida and California, there's, I guess, a considered plant season, which is crazy because we're planting all year round, right? So this is my $5 planter, and I can't even tell you everything that's in there, to be quite honest, but I have to say I do love
that.
Do you have one of the? You have one of these?
I don't.
Okay, so this is from a store that's very close to Jewelyn and I. It's 2 nurseries that are right next to each other. And so this was like, I think it's called Pink Stripe.
Okay.
But I don't know, it just really called to me, even though I don't always love buying like little 4-inch pots or little like 2-inch pots. This one was so tiny, but I had to because I just loved the way those leaves looked. And all sorts of other different stuff in there that I don't really know what everything is. And then Jewelyn will have a fit because I do have fake plant right there.
You need to let that go, Kat.
She's like, let it go.
You need to let it go. It's time.
So you could put another real plant in there.
It's time. I can give you a cutting from mine to stick in there and replace. All right, Cat and Doggy break.
Hi, Daisy. Hi, girl.
Here we are on the right side of Catherine's patio. So Kat, right away I see there's been additional changes here, like more shelving.
Yes, this whole rack is new. IKEA. It was the cheapest thing I could find. It was about $50. So, okay, if you ask me about what the most expensive thing I have bought lately is later, it's probably not a plant. It's probably the shelf.
And I asked you for plant life.
Plant life.
Yes.
Okay, there you go. $50 shelf, which is that's like
really
that's
expensive.
a reach. That's a reach for me. That's a reach for me because we got our new garage sale.
Yeah, our
thrifted, our
yeah.
vintage ones for $30.
No, yeah, something like that.
$30. Yeah, and they're so much more glamorous than this.
Right.
But this was practical. I knew my measurements. I knew it was going to fit in the space, and there it was. My honey bunny Tony painted this for me.
What color was it?
Tony. It was black.
Okay.
Maybe one day it will go back to black because I can tell when I move the plants around
that the paint's coming off.
They do scuff it up a little bit. So it can always go black one day, back to black one day if I wanted it to. And it's kind of the new home for Sansevieria collection. Both of these guys
Yes.
are plant friend gifts.
Yes, from me. So the one on the right, that Opuntia, came from Arizona. And the one on the left, is that the newest one I gave you or no?
Yeah. I think that one, and I've got
from Las Vegas.
Yes, and two more down here, but they were little smaller ones.
Okay.
Right? Because Jewelyn gave me tongs. I got like 4 pieces or something.
Yeah,
I got a lot. I got a lot of pieces. So there's more than that there. What about, you have these two. What are these called? Do you remember what these are? Aren't they?
Pickle.
Pickle. Aren't they fun?
Yeah. The pickle cactus.
It. I love it. So my pickle has made new little babies. So I'm very happy because there's a few.
By the way, I love that
babies
planter that Opuntia is in. I love that a lot.
Yeah, it's cute. I can't even remember where I got it. I think maybe Tuesday morning. They're good sometimes. You ever go there?
No, I've never been.
Good. They're good for planters. And sometimes places like Marshall's or you know, the discount stores like Ross or Marshall's, sometimes they are good too. Okay, Rip Salas.
From Northridge.
Rip Salas fans. Yep, from Northridge, and I just love the way that looks. It's really, I love the flat Rip Salas as well. Yeah, so that one's doing great, but it was such a small baby, it's probably going to take a while. And look at this Rip Salas.
Yeah, very cool.
That's a new guy. Has not been around for long. I love these Samurai.
Yep.
Samurai that Jewelyn and I got. I
got that from Reseda.
Yeah, I really like that very much. Now, Jewelyn, you have to look at this new one. Look at this Medusoid.
Wow.
And you have to see, because you guys have seen this one before, people that have seen Jewelyn's plant tours of my house. Okay, look. That's my Medusoid. Yes, and Jewelyn's like, what's that? Because it looks like so dead, but it hasn't died yet. I just want it to get like that, Jewelyn. Look.
How long have you gotten that big one?
The big one I've only had for a few weeks, so maybe like 3 weeks or so. Yeah, but I love it. Look how fabulous that is.
Yeah, that is really cool.
This is actually from Jewelyn and I went to, no, maybe that is in Reseda, the place with all the big dinosaurs and the
Reseda.
Yeah. So that's from Reseda.
That day we went?
Not the day we went. From like a few weeks ago. That was my birthday plant for me. Okay. That was a happy birthday to me plant from myself.
Okay, that's your birthday plant.
From myself. Oh, Jewelyn, look. This is a Jewelyn baby.
Yes.
And check it.
Rack.
Check it out.
I think I might have given this to you for Christmas, maybe.
Maybe, but I'm like so excited because look, he's got 2 little babies sprouting out of him.
Very good.
I know, so he's doing well. So I'm like really excited about that. And more Sansevieria under here. Okay, I think last time I was here, I chose that as like one of my favorite plants. This crazy maverick guy, and he's still happy. This is from you too, Jewelyn. That's Chop Shop.
Yeah, Chop Shop in LA.
Chop Shop. Yep, that one's Chop Shop. This one's new. That's from Northridge. So I bought a couple of little cacti from Northridge that made me very happy. Okay, so this is a fun experiment
So I see your caladium there.
Okay, so I got 2, and here's the deal. We knew, Jewelyn and I both knew that this was going to be iffy, getting these caladiums. So I have one in the house and I have one here. And neither one of them looks entirely happy. So I'm just waiting to see what's the best spot for these caladium. I will continue to move them around.
Bathroom.
They're not dying, but they don't look, you know what I mean? They just don't look thoroughly happy. And they do keep putting out new sprouts, but they just don't look 100% happy. Okay, so, oh, and I got a copper spoon, which I hadn't had that yet. I wanted one of those. I kept seeing them and thinking, oh, I really want one. Prism. And that guy's gotten bigger. He started really, really small. And then little like guest area kind of stuff. And a little like soldiery kind of thing. And bird's nest, fern, and like fishtail, yeah? Yep, fishtail. That used to be in my bathroom. And I have moved it out here just to see if it will survive the heat. I'm not really 100% sure if it will or not. Fire sticks from our big good pots. Yep. Jewelyn brought me this. She was like, yeah, it's huge. And she's like, you want one of these? I was like, yes, I do want one of those. So fun.
I believe that came from Lakewood.
Kind of stuff.
From Lakewood. Looks good.
And more Pasadena. We have a plant friend guy that was talking to us about all the club season and stuff like that. And he's at the Pasadena Flea Mart. Yeah. And he always has good stuff. So agaves from the guy at the Pasadena Flea Mart. And stump plant, which is doing
Baby
great.
And stump?
Yep, stump plant doing so super.
And this agave was part of that rescue, right?
This one was part of the rescue, I think.
Yep,
yeah, so this one was next to the fire sticks, and it's only just kind of like missing one big... One big leaf, but it looks okay. Check out this little guy. This little guy's also from Northridge. How pretty. So pretty. Some fence post, and I can't remember what this is called. We're always like, what the heck is that stuff called? Right. Yeah, it's so fuzzy. It's really cool. And I always buy these. And
Aeoniums.
And they always die on me. They always die on me. Yeah, I don't know why. But so here's these are the cotyledons that were in the hanging basket that I was talking about. That they just don't look quite as happy as the ones that were up top. So I brought them down on the bottom. And then like look at my aeoniums. They always look so pitiful. So I don't do great with aeoniums, Jewelyn. I don't know. And this thing is kind of new, and I can't remember the name, but it's like a milk plant or something like that. Not African milkweed, but it's some kind of like milk plant. I'll have to see if I can figure out the name of that one. And variegated jade in the back, so pretty. You picked out that piece because it was really cool looking. Yep. And some aloe back there. Lots of little aloes. And then we've got some dolphins from Jewelyn, which look like they need water. They look like they need love. Yes. Yeah. Other kind of string-ovey kind of things there.
Ruby necklace.
Yep, ruby necklace. And so this is the crazy one that
multicava.
That's what it is. Okay, yeah. That I was talking to you about that one the other day, and I couldn't remember like what it was called or what
Cressula
the
multicava
family was. Yes, it looks like a Cressula to me. Yep, that's what I thought it might be.
From Northridge.
Yep, and we got that from the plant show last year.
Yes,
that's the like spurge kind of thing we got from the plant show last year, and it's cute. Little leaves up top. And my squill is still doing okay. That's the campfire that was in our big baskets, and so like it just needs more love. Look at it. I mean, I don't know if it'll die or not, but it's there for now and still doing okay, I guess.
Eve's Needle, is that from
Eve's Needle from the Chop Shop? Yeah. Yep. And then this is from Reseda. You got one of those too, didn't you? Yeah. Does yours looking like that right now? I love it.
Yours is doing really good.
Yeah. And this is in the same spot. This might be the only thing that is in the same spot in here.
Since the last time we were here?
Since the last time you were here, it has just stayed in that same spot. It likes it. It's leggy, but it gets all these little, you know.
Area roots.
Yeah, it's got roots. It's doing okay. I think it's all right.
So that concludes this whole section. So Kat, out of this whole section, I don't remember, the last time you were here, you only had one shelf, right?
Right. Just that little one over there.
So big update.
big
We're here in Catherine's dining area. Kat, right away looking at this space, I see a few changes. You have more hanging baskets now, which is really exciting to see. I think your terracotta planters along the window are also a new aesthetic. Because I think the last time I was here, it probably was maybe like your bamboo planters.
Yes.
Or maybe a mixture of different planters.
It was. And
with propagation, I think. I don't know how I remember this, you guys, these little details. I don't. But this is just what I think I seen last time I was here.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And I still have babies here, and I have a lot of your babies here. I have all the Hoyas here. But I had this idea that I was going to put everything in black pots.
Okay.
And that didn't happen. I just went to good old-fashioned terracotta over here. Pride and joy right now. Jewelyn has so much of this, doing so well. But I just took forever. It's my cheap Scottish heritage that I would not spend money on a Monastera favorite right now. Maybe this is my second favorite right now. Jewelyn and I were kind of trying to guess when I purchased this exactly how long the trail would be, because it was wound up like a bird's nest, but we both saw it and we both knew. We were like, wow, okay, that's different, because a lot of times you find the string of hearts in like little teeny 4-inch pots. So it would take forever to get to this length. I mean, this is obviously living somewhere, being loved a lot to get to this length. I'm not sure if this will be the final resting place for this. When it came to me, it dropped a lot of leaves the first week or so. So I think it was like really super duper overwatered, or just lovingly watered so that it would make it through, staying in a plant, in a nursery or in a plant store for a long time. But I am heartened by these little new babies coming out of the top. Lets me know it's still doing okay. I think it's gonna be gangbusters, fingers crossed. Dracaena.
I love that basket.
IKEA special, and literally I think both the plant and the basket are from IKEA. And IKEA gives great birthday coupons, so I literally went to IKEA for my birthday, which sounds very silly, but they had a great coupon, so I think I came home with, like new basket, new plant. I love these planters as well. They have plastic liners inside of them, and they're from my local orchid plant store. And the people in the store are so cute, because I talk to them whenever I go in, we chit chat for a little bit, and they always say they're flower people, not plant people, but they are such plant people. They always have cool planters, and even though I'm not there all the time for orchids, they have, my potting supplies and just all sorts of cool stuff in this store, and they do have a few houseplants. Pothos here, and then this has been doing well for a long time, which is surprising to me because I don't always have the greatest luck with ferny type things. Sometimes I don't water them enough and they seem to like drink so much water. But this is our kangaroo foot, and because it's in this basket, you can't really see the kangaroo feet right now, but that one's a kangaroo foot. And this is also from IKEA, which surprises me because it's a really, really cool Mikado. It's either a Mikado or a punk sense. It's kind of the quasi Jewelyn Hoya gift station. So I have a whole bunch of Hoyas in this window that are presents from Jewelyn, both birthday presents and Valentine's Day presents. So some of them have been in the window since winter, but this is the newest gift from Jewelyn. And this is actually two different kinds of Hoyas in that same pot. And then I've got three other Hoyas from Jewelyn. This is my latest Jewelyn gift. This was a birthday gift. There are two different kinds of Hoyas in here, so I don't know if you can see that, because can you see this?
Yes,
the leaves are a little bigger on that one. Okay, and then Bella. That one, so cool. This is a Hoya from Valentine's Day, I think, from Jewelyn.
Crinkle 8.
Yep, and then this guy.
Hoya Carnosa Crimson Princess.
And then down at the very end.
Hoya carnosa, tricolor.
Beautiful.
Is that all for me, Kat?
Yeah, this is all for me, lady. And
so what happens when you love Hoya? You give Hoyas.
I know, I do, and I'm falling in love. I'm falling deeply in love. I think I told you I was getting into, getting a little more into starting to propagate some of my like pothos and philodendrons and stuff like that.
Okay.
So, silver satin, pothos. And I'm going crazy with avocados, which you're going to see when I go to the bedroom. But this one is the one that's had the most growth so far.
Cool.
It looks really teeny tiny, but they're so fun. When they come out, they grow really, really big. But then, as I'm learning, you're supposed to snip them down very, very short after they've grown to be, you know, like 7 or 8 inches tall. You cut them back down again so that you can get some more growth. And actually, see, now I've got two stalks. Whereas
that's where I went wrong. I didn't cut mine.
Oh.
Yep. And then mine's got attacked by mealybugs, and I just threw the whole thing away.
Yeah, I can tell that here, especially any of the like veggies or fruit that I've tried to grow, it's really difficult because of the insects, for sure. I don't remember what this hairy guy's name is, but he reminds me of Cousin It. This was actually one big cacti, and it split in two, and I said, oh my goodness, I guess I better just take both these pieces and put them in the dirt and see what happens. And this one actually started getting new babies, and the other one, the other one is still alive too. So if you ever have cactus do that to you, then don't fret. Might be a good thing. You might get twice as many cacti.
Right. Very cute.
Yep. So there's not a lot in my living area, like my living room area, because it's very, very dark in here. So I just have an orchid that one of my coworkers gifted me, which is probably going to go outside into the general courtyard area once it loses its blooms, because that's where I put all the orchids. They seem to do well out there. And I have just a few containers of bamboo. They all do well with the dark. So they're fine with the dark and like the lack of heat, it being kind of, you know, just chilly and dark in here. My latest fun experiment has been plopping cuttings into my aquarium to see what happens to them. I'm really excited about the fact that this keeps the aquarium healthy for the fish. And I love that I'm actually having a little bit of success with it. So this is from our plant friend Carrie, and I don't know if you can see all the little roots on there because this is kind of a funky light.
Now, did those roots happen in the water?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's how you propagate it then.
Isn't that cool? So this is a blood leaf from Carrie, and of course, you know, once they go from water to dirt, you never know how they're gonna do, but maybe as soon as I see a few more little things on that, maybe I'll just kind of like lie that flat.
So where is the cutting? Like, where did the cut happen? Oh, okay. So that's what I put in water, and it didn't make it.
So we tried this differently, Jewelyn and I did. And I didn't even try to put this in water, so I don't know if I would have had success that way or not. But I mean, I don't know if you can see, that's pretty, it's doing pretty well. But I feel like because of the way it's growing, instead of going this way, I'm just gonna flat on top of the dirt and see what happens.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can rescue mine.
And Jewelyn, I haven't looked yet, so let's see. I've got also some Tridescantia in here from Jewelyn. And I don't know if it has roots yet because I haven't checked it yet because it's only been in there for a little bit. I can't remember when you gave me this. It's really recently.
Yeah, for your birthday.
Okay, so no roots on that guy yet. Oh, wait. Do I see something? No roots on this guy yet, but I'm not giving up. What I've been tending to do is instead of submerging them, I've put them closer to the lid and just try to kind of rest them on the top so that they're not completely submerged, and then I close the lid. So I think part of them are partially in the air and part in the water. Bathroom area, and everything has gone up into macrame hangers. Previously, when you guys were here, there was probably a lot of stuff along the window there. The window was just proving to be too much intense heat, too much intense light. So I've tried to pull things back away from that window by like a foot or so, I would say. Everything's doing so far so good. Everything's doing well. New addition, which I will have to fill in Jewelyn later because I haven't had it long enough to know. I have a little fruit fly trap back there, and it actually has like an iridescent, has like a light that you can turn on, a blue light that's supposed to attract the bugs. And I think we'll see more bugs. We're not like fully into that like fruit fly bug season yet here. since it's just gonna be June. But boy, by like July, August, they'll be all over the place. So we'll see if I have any success with that system or not. So up here, one of my favorite things, I know it's like so incredibly pedestrian, but I love sweet potato vines. So every summer when they come out, I always have to get myself some sweet potato vines. I just love the dark purple. I love the like really lime green color. Sometimes you can find them and they're like some kind of combination of a green and purple, like variegated kind of thing. Okay, now I had to ask Jewelyn the name of this because this is new to me, this Dieffenbachia. I've seen them everywhere, but I had never purchased them until this past winter. So a Dieffenbachia. And this is the prayer plant that I was telling you guys was kind of not doing 100%. The last pot that it was in was just getting soaked. I think it was just sitting in water the whole time. So some of it looks good, and then some of it looks like I could stand to maybe clip a few leaves off of that, but hopefully it's going to be good in this new pot because you can see what I was talking about. They had little saucers that clipped on. All of the clipped on saucers, most of them, this one still has it. You can see that's what it looks like with the saucer on there. Most of the saucers have come off. Oh, Brazil, love it. Love this guy, one of my favorites. So I didn't know about this plant until Jewelyn introduced me to this plant. So this one's been going for a long time. I really, really love it. Okay, now that I said there aren't any fruit flies yet, I see one right now. So my Hoya, my compacta over here, and gosh, I haven't been up here, so I kind of almost want to turn it. Oh, look, it's got a little sprout. Yay. But he's taken forever, and so he's grown a little bit. You can tell some of it is looking shinier. So all of that is new, but you know, what does that look like, Jewelyn? Maybe like 3 inches?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
2.5 maybe.
Such a slow grower.
Yes.
Enjoy. This is a Carrie rescue. So Carrie was like, please take this.
It. I know. She told me she was gonna give it to you.
Yeah. But like I can tell like there's some spots that are just where it's like going brown, a little bit like that. But it's got it. Now here's an instance where I absolutely would put really all new, fresh new dirt. So I gave it fresh new dirt. And we're just gonna see because look, I mean, it's still putting out little new shoots and stuff. So sometimes I feel like, Jewelyn, do you ever have any plants that they kind of frustrate you, but they just won't die, and so you can't get rid of them, and you have to love them because they're so
the potos
like,
enjoy.
They're such, you know what I mean? They're such fighters. Like when they're fighters like this, I'm like, yes, I will take this plant, and I'm just gonna love on this plant until this plant has no more love for me. You know what I mean? Like. He's a fighter, so he's gonna stay. He's doing okay. He's an okay baby. A regular pothos. No frills. No frills. Okay. Oh, panda.
Yes.
Okay, so
one of my favorites.
Love our philodendrons.
Yes.
So this panda also, Jewelyn introduced me to this guy, and yeah, he's doing great. He's doing just fine. He's doing okay. Sometimes he looks a little like he's had a little too much sun on one leaf or 2 leaves, but I think he's fine. I actually wish I could put him in a bigger pot, but he likes this spot, so I'm not going to move him right now. Oh, our trailing jade. How's yours doing?
Yeah, good.
Good.
Outside.
Yeah, I see like, you know, some of it looks fresher and greener, and so this one I always worry about how much water I've given it because it really just needs so little water, and my tendency is to want to overwater it, so I always just sort of slap my wrist and say, don't water that baby. Keep that baby dry. Hoya, look how well this Hoya is doing. Love it. Beautiful.
Hoya obovata.
And some of them, like if they seemed okay with these saucers on, there's only 2. There's only 2 saucers on there, I think. But if they looked like they were doing okay and they weren't getting overwatered, then I left the saucers on. And then another like bird's nesty fern. Just like the my fishtail, I actually have considered taking this one outside because it doesn't look like it's not dying, but it's not like really thriving. So maybe next time you come here, maybe that'll be outside. Down here is Peperomia Central, but one Hoya, and then also some like pothos and some like philodendron-y kind of stuff. So these are just, like I told you guys, I was propagating these guys. So that's a whole bunch of little guys all stuck together that I've been propagating.
Love your hanger, by the way.
Yeah, that's from very close to us. That's from one of our hardware stores that is like kind of very close to Jewelyn and me, next to Jewelyn and me. She visited very recently. Baby rubber, and variegated baby rubber, and the red edge rainbow. Yeah. And then more Hoya over here.
Very cute. I love how you utilize the space and even the towel rack. Now that is a crazy plant lady.
I have to like hang the towels on a hook because the bathroom is so moist. So like I didn't even use this towel rack. So it's like the towels are always on a hook drying. So we have hooks behind the door. So yeah, it was like a plant's going there. That's an open space.
Well, I love the update on the bathroom, Kat. It looks absolutely gorgeous. All right, Kat, what's going on in your window?
Science project. Big science project. Okay, so the first science project is, remember I showed you the fruit fly trap in the bathroom? Another fruit fly trap. More old school. Like it's got a hole in the bottom and it's got sugar water in there. So another experiment with the insects, with controlling the insects. And then I'm just like gotten super into just seeing if I can get any of these avocado pits to sprout for me. And they are, like some of them are doing great. So they get this little guy on the bottom first and then they get a little guy off the top. It takes longer to get the sprout on the top to go, but like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these have sprouts on the bottom right now. And fig leaves, Jewelyn and I, the place where Jewelyn previously worked,
where you work at,
and where I work now, there is a really big
fiddly fig tree. I know.
Fiddly fig is beautiful, and it's over a seating area, so it's kind of like a giant umbrella for everybody. And the plant caretaker there, I knew that he had gifted Jewelyn a few little bits in the past, and I finally got him to gift me a branch, and it had about 3 sections that I could cut off, and they're all in water. And I know that there are definitely 2 ways to do this. I could have gone water, I could have gone dirt, and I just chose water because I've never tried either way. So we'll see. Apparently they take a really long time if they do get roots. How long, Jewelyn?
Weeks.
Weeks and weeks. Yeah. Okay, so these have already been in here for several weeks. So there's one, because out of curiosity, I keep sort of like touching the leaves. And some of the leaves feel very soft and some of the leaves feel more substantial. And I tend to think that these ones that are feeling substantial, I don't know.
I also heard that like the leaves, when you propagate it, they won't grow more than that leaf. Like it won't become a tree. That's what I've also heard too.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so who knows? But it's just fun to see what happens. And then because I have all these jars of water here, I keep popping any little things that fall off in here, or any things that are gifted to me that are like little pieces for me to try to propagate. So there's actually some Tradescantia from a plant that I really love at Jewelyn's that is lush and doing so well.
Is that part of your birthday cuttings that I gave you?
Yeah, so this is like I'm gonna call it like an Afro Tradescantia at your house because it looks like an Afro because it's doing so well.
It's my most lush Tradescantia in my collection.
Yeah,
it's so stunning.
Yeah, so there's some Tradescantia there from Jewelyn, and there's also some Tradescantia that I just told you that I picked up at Home Depot that I got to the cash register and I said, "Can I take this?" And they were like, "Yeah, whatever. It's like on the ground. We're gonna throw it away." And same thing, just Tradescantia that's fallen out of my baskets with like replanting or things like that. And just little teeny bits of stuff. We got a little bit of Hoya there, and and anything that falls off, I throw it over there. Houseplant Central over here. And this is going to be interesting to see. When do you think we got these shelves? How long ago was it that we got these shelves?
But
March, maybe?
Maybe. End of March, maybe.
April, May. Okay, so these things have definitely been here for like 3 months or so. So nothing's doing too terribly poorly over here. Marble Queen and Enjoy. And then a random piece of ivy because I just never grow ivy. But this little guy was, I don't know, might have been like $2 or something. And I said, okay, why not? I'm going to get it. I'm going to try. And then there's the other caladium there. And it really looks very much like the one that's outside. Like they both look like they're not super happy. There's more sweet potato over here. This really is not going to be here for long. I can tell you why, because it's just a basil plant. And I'm sure I'm going to go through it pretty quickly. And we've got a little arrowhead. Another one down at the bottom. Arrowhead. And then I'm trying to propagate the panda. I don't know if it's gonna make it or not.
You might have to put it back in water.
But there's the panda. All right, we'll see if the panda does well. The panda I did have in the window out front, and then it looked like it was getting a little hot. Can you see the little spots there? And so I brought it back in here because I thought it was like darker and just cooler in here. And then our silver satin. And that's the same one that this is the mama plant from the silver satin that are out in the kitchen area right now that are getting propagated. And it might be in a pot that's a little bit small, but I'm okay with it right now.
Top 5.
Top 5. Jewelyn always insists, and it's the hardest part.
I know.
It's the hardest part.
Because they're all number 1.
They're all number 1 in my heart. So the Monastera.
Okay.
Because I waited so long, and I love it so much. And then this string of hearts might not necessarily normally have been my favorite, but look at it. Look at it. It would take me forever to grow it this long. So I absolutely love that.
All right.
I'm going philodendron for the next 2. All right. So Brazil, just too cute. That stripe is just too cute. It's like the race car of plants. And panda.
Yes.
Okay, just love it. Just love it. And I'm going to say because of the growth and because it's just so beautiful right now, I'm going to say this Hoya.
Hoya Bovada. Good choices.
So big. It's so pretty. Those are the faves right now. So guys, I want to show you this piece. This is actually a piece that Tanya gifted a whole bunch of these to Jewelyn, and then subsequently I have a lot of this from Tanya, but there was so much of it that I gave different pieces to my neighbors, but I just want you to see how well my neighbor's piece is doing. Amazing. Like I can't even count the number of new babies off there, but it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's probably like 9 or 10 new babies off.
Yeah, I love the characteristic of the cutting too.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I think it was so big that they had to put it in the pot sideways. So, I mean, even if we saw that vertically, it looks like it would be at least 4 feet tall or something, right? Yeah.
Very cool.
I love it. They just stuck it in there, and because they have a very well-lit section here, theirs has done great.
All right, Kat, that was so much fun going through the whole collection.
Totally fun.
And then we even got to see how your neighbor's cutting is doing, which actually came from my plant friend Tanya to you, to your neighbor.
Like
Do you
third
see
generation,
how that works, you
third
guys?
generation gifting.
So it was very cool to go through the collection. I'm very impressed with the updates. I love all of the hanging baskets. I love that aesthetic a lot. Also the changes you made to your dining area window seal with the terracottas and the saucer. Love that look as well. And I'm also really excited to have finally seen where that vintage plant stand is living and what's living on it. And also to see what you're propagating and how my Hoya babies are doing in your collection, and all of the babies. All of the babies that I've been giving you throughout these months.
Babies are doing fine, yeah.
So that's really cool.
Yeah, babies doing well.
You know, you guys, I always say make friends, because that's part of another reason why my collection is where it's at today, is because of plant friends, which is always fun. And I think the plants that you get gifted, I think are a little bit more special than maybe plants that you buy.
So much more special.
From like a nursery.
So much more love.
Yeah.
And let me just say,
I love the story behind each plant.
I do too. And while we're on that note, I want you to know, I think your things do so well. Any plant that I've ever received from Jewelyn, any plant that is gifted from Jewelyn comes complete with roots, hardiness, yes.
Yes.
So anytime I move those things, I can tell it's been there for a while, and it's gotten some Jewelyn love before it came to me.
With that being said, if you guys are interested in any of the plants in my collection, direct message me, Planting with Jewelyn, on Instagram, and I'm willing to give you guys part of my plant collection if it doesn't ruin the plant. I'm always down for that. So I'm really excited for this part of the video, Kat. We went over your top 5 after we've seen the collection, and this time we're going to be doing a special giveaway, which I think is very sweet of you, Kat. So let's go ahead and talk about the giveaway rules, which is going to be a really fun one because this is going to be the first giveaway that I do with a plant friend. So this is really nice. My rules are always the same regardless of what kind of giveaway I'm doing. You have to be subscribed to both of my channels, my main channel, I Love Jewelyn, my vlog channel, Miss Jewelyn, as well as follow me on both of my Instagrams, _ I Love Jewelyn and Planting with Jewelyn. And in the comments down below, list where you live, so the city where you live, and this is open worldwide. And
okay, and we want to hear from you if you received a plant gift today. All right, if you had a plant friend that was giving you a plant gift today, what would you desire? What would your favorite, most desirable plant gift be?
No, I don't think it can be a rare one because I don't know if a plant friend would be like gifting you a very rare, expensive plant.
Let's talk realistically. Realistically,
right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. No $700 plans.
Right. And this giveaway will be open for 1 week, and from the time this video is uploaded, it'll be live for a week, and then Catherine will be picking a winner, and I will be announcing it on my Instagram. If I can get together with Catherine for this one, we announce the winner, that'd be really cool, and I'm going to be announcing that on my IG stories on Planting with Jewelyn on
It's
Instagram.
always about when we're not working.
Right.
Right. It's always about finding a time that we're not working
to announce the winner. So let's talk about the giveaway, Catherine.
Okay, 3 little things. The first thing,
which I wish I could win.
The first thing, maybe great for people like me who are always having hot flashes. It's cactus fan. That's
very
right.
Cute.
You can get your hot flash on.
Very cute. Love that a lot.
Okay, and the second thing for all the crafty people is a little cactus stamp, so you could make your own little note cards.
Love that.
Right? Or if you have any plant kitties that like to help you with the gardening, right? I don't know, I always had my kid help me with the gardening. Maybe your kid would like that, right?
Yeah, very cute.
And then a little pair of
cactus
earrings. Okay,
very cute.
Little cactus earrings. Okay. So you can wear your cactus earrings plant shopping or to plant festivals.
Yes, very cute. Well, Catherine, that's very sweet of you to give a giveaway. So we're going to be picking 1 winner, open worldwide, as long as you go ahead and participate in the comments down below. All of the rules for the giveaway will also be in my description box. So
because I like to see what your viewers say.
Yes.
And they're very wise, and they are telling me all the time names of plants that I don't know what the heck I have, and they have all sorts of interesting tips and tricks.
Tips,
and yeah. So I think it's really neat to hear from you guys.
Alright, so that's gonna wrap up today's video. If you guys are new, welcome to the channel. Hit the bell and subscribe button to be notified on my daily uploads. I do a daily video every 5 a.m. inspiring you each and every day. If you enjoyed my Meet My Plant Friends series and watching Catherine's plant collection grow throughout the months and seeing where she's at for spring 2019, give this video a big thumbs up. And we'll see you guys soon. You can find more on my blog at ilovejewelyn.blogspot.com. Until next time, aloha from Catherine and her apartment and all of her plants here in Los Angeles, California.
Aloha!
Bye, guys.